Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to digitize from scratch. Yes, from the basic scratch, and we are going to digitize this design. This is how it's stitched out. So spoiler alert, this is how it's stitched out. This is what the back looked like. So it did turn out really good. So if that is something you're interested in, if you are wanting to learn how to digitize your own designs, then this is going to be a video for you. So we will be using in this video Stitch Artist, Embrilliance Stitch Artist. So let's get started and let me know what you think in the comment section. All right, let's go.
Okay, guys, we are in the Embrilliance software, and today what we're going to do, we are going to digitize this design right here from scratch. Now, if that is something you're interested in, just stick around because this is going to be very informative. Now, when you are in the Embrilliance software, this is what it's going to look like. You should know that this is how the free version is going to look like, but what you can do when you are going to start digitizing, what you need to do is first choose what size you're going to do. I am using the 5x7 hoop. To get your size, you're going to go up to where it says preferences, that is right where you see this yellow box, and it's going to give you all the normal and multi-positional hoop. I chose normal and I used the 130 millimeter by 180 millimeter, which is the 5x7 hoop. When you're done, you just press OK. Now, what I did to bring in there are multiple ways that you could bring in your artwork. You could go to File, and then you could merge the working file, or you can simply copy and simply paste. That's another option, or you could drag it in. Okay, so this is what you are going to have now. In order to start digitizing, you need to figure out what you really want to get done. You have to think about, do I want to make it an applique? Do I want to make it with stitches, fill stitches? All of those things have to come into place before you start designing. So before I start designing, I'm going to just go to utility and center this in the hoop. Okay, so now that we have centered this design, what I'm going to do for the red portion, I'm going to make it actually into fill stitches. So I'm going to go here where you see this fan. Now you see all the levels that you have paid for um, on your laptop. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom up for you to see what I'm doing. I'm going to start with my red, and I'm going to go where it says draw with points. So I'm going to first draw with points. I'm going to click on draw with points. Hold your control key when you want a straight point. So if you want a point that is like a cusp, you use control, and I'm just going to click on that point. And then I'm just going to left click as I go on. So what you're doing, you're just outlining this shape, and since this shape is mostly curves, you're just going to left click. See that? Try not to put too many nodes. You can always adjust the nodes as you go if you think you have. So right here, I'm going to hold my shift. So let me go back. I'm going to hold my shift, and I'm going to put a node right here. Then I'm going to continue going. So straight nodes, you hold the control, and when you're doing a cusp like this one, you hold your shift key. Okay, then I'm gonna just keep outlining this design. All right, so I'm coming up to a cusp. I'm gonna hold my shift key, gonna go down in there, then I'm gonna keep outlining. So now this takes practice, guys. You have to keep practicing. I'm gonna hold my shift because I'm coming up to a cusp. Then I'm just going to keep outlining this. And if you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it. I'm gonna hold my shift. This is a cusp. I'm gonna keep going. See, I'm gonna hold my shift for the cusp. And you could make as many. And to finish off, all I have to do is just to go up to the top where you see this little red circle, and I'm gonna finish it. Now we have our design ready. If you look right here, I can go ahead and I can adjust the nodes how I want to. Like here, I'm gonna click on that and just adjust it as I go. Okay, that is also an option. You can, if you make an error, all you have to do, click on the node and adjust it. Just use the handles and adjust as you go. You see, that one was not clear, or look at this one right here. It was not there. I click on it and I move it. Okay, you can always go back. See, this one is not exactly where I want it to be. I click on it and I put it where I want it to go. You can always adjust. Okay, so this looks good. And remember, no one is going to see your artwork. Okay, so even if you're not completely close, see that? You could use your Bezier handles right here and just, okay. So now this is just artwork. Okay, these are not stitches. You have to apply the stitches that you need now. So in this case, because I'm gonna apply a fill stitch, okay, I'm gonna apply a fill stitch. So I'm gonna click on it. Now it's just a line. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to apply fill stitches. Now if you look right here, you're going to see that the angles are going horizontally. This right here is the stitch angles. You can always change the stitch angles to go however you want it to go. Okay, so I can move the stitch angles. Now I'm at a 45-degree. I could change it to slightly higher. See that? Now that doesn't look bad at all. The density is 4, so I could also change the density. I'm going to take it up a little bit more, maybe 4.5. And let's look at the underlay property. So, okay, you're gonna go to the third icon where it says underlay. Okay, and we see we have a contour and we have perpendicular. Let me take off 3D and see how that looks. So this is what it looks like. That looks like enough underlay for me. So I'm gonna leave the underlay as contour and perpendicular. Okay, now that I have this, let me put back my 3D on so that you could see. You could also change the color. I'm going to go over to color. I'm gonna change the color from, oops, I'm gonna click on it, fill. I'm gonna change the color from a black to red, like red, and I'm gonna press OK. All right, so this is what we have. Does not look bad at all. You could always add a node if you want. Okay, that looks good. All right, so that is the first one. This is just a tiny piece. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to use my block tool to do this one. So I'm gonna go up here where you see this ladder. I'm gonna click on it, and I'm just gonna use a block tool to do this one. So I'm starting off with a cusp, and I'm gonna just use satin for this one. Okay, I'm gonna press enter. That looks good. Now this is gonna be a satin. Now you're going to have some jumps with this. You can't avoid it because of the nature of the stitches. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna do my block tool. I'm gonna press shift. You don't have to be 100% perfect. Now what I like about the block tool is you add your angles as you go. Okay, you don't have to be 100% perfect. Now that looks good. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to go back to draw with points, and I'm going to do this red piece. Remember, when you're doing a cusp, you are going to first start with shift, and then you, for curves, you are going to um I'm gonna go up. For curves, you are going to just left click, cusp, cusp. This is right click, right click, right click, cusp, right click, right click, right click, cusp, right click, right click, right click, right click. Then you're gonna close it up right here. All right. Now this looks good. Remember, we're applying fill stitches to this. The stitch angles go right across. I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to move my stitch angle in a way that I like, maybe straight down. Okay, I like that better. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is for the first fill stitch. So if I go over to my objects panel, you see I have that fill stitch selected. I'm going to click on that fill stitch, and I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back to edit, and I'm going to paste it. You can also do it from right here, copy right here and paste here. Now I'm going to change that fill stitch to a satin border. Okay, now this looks good. Let me see. The width is 3.5. I think I'm going to take it down to 3. So let's go. Let's look at what this looks like. So if you notice, it's kind of butting up to here. I'm going to take it down a little bit further because 3.5 is a little bit too thick. So I'm going to take it down to 3 millimeters. Okay, that is not bad. There's just a little overlap right here, but that is okay. See that? Okay, now let's look at true view. And then, because what satin borders does is that it gives your work some form of definition, make it look really nice. I'm going to do the same thing with the other fill stitch. So I'm going to click on it, right? I'm going to go up to copy. Right here where I'm hovering, you see copy, and then right beside it, you're going to see paste, and then I'm going to change it to satin. It's going to default to a 3 millimeter. and let's see how that looks. Okay. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna ensure I'm in create mode, and for the brown part I'm gonna do a column stitch. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm going to start with kind of a when you know you did something wrong, the software is gonna tell you. Because like right here I should have put a cusp right there. So it gives it this weird. And remember, while you're doing this, you're actually putting your stitch angles. And that's why I like the column tool very much, because I can put my stitch angles as I go, how I want it done. Okay, I'm gonna change that color. I don't want it to be red, I want it to be brown. Cinnamon is okay. Okay, so this is what we have. All right, guys, so this looks good. It looks really good. Let's see this part right here. This looks really good. I mean, beautiful. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the green. I'm gonna do it into a fill stitch, and then I put a little border around it just to give it some definition. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to my drawing points. I'm gonna start with my cusp. Coming up to another cusp, so I hold down my shift key. Then I'm gonna close that shape. I'm gonna make it into a fill stitch. I'm gonna change the color to green. A Christmas green is, I'll do Christmas green. Okay, and the stitch angles, it looks okay this way. Could slightly move it. I don't want the stitch angles to be too long, so I could move the stitch angles there. That looks good. And then I'm going to copy it because I want a little border around it. So I'm gonna go to copy and paste and change that from a to a border. Now that looks good. That looks really good. That looks superbly good. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm thinking if I want to do the word teach in a fill and then put a border, but I think it would look better if I do it using satin, my satin tool. Um, but the only thing I'm worried about is the stitch angles being too long. So let me get my measuring tool and see how long this is. It's about quarter inch, 0.25 inch. Okay, let's see. And if anything, we could always split the stitches. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off my measuring tool. So when you want to measure, you want to see how long the length of the stitches are going to be, because that is very important. Because if your stitches are too long, then your machine will not stitch them out correctly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here, right here, and I'm going to start using my column tool, and I'm going to make these stitches into satin stitches. So what I'm gonna do, remember when you're starting, I usually just start with the cusp because it's better that way. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go shift, and I'm gonna basically make this straight. So I'm gonna hold control, not too far, but you don't want it to also have a gap. I'm gonna press enter. That looks good. I'll leave it with Christmas green. um this, it's gonna start here, it's gonna stop here where you see this red. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to do my draw with points, and from this point I'm gonna make a run stitch to this point right here. I'm gonna press enter. Instead of a line, I'm gonna make it a run. Okay, so because I don't want my machine to stop, now the stopping point is here. Now I'm gonna go ahead, get my drawing tool again, and we are going to start digitizing this part, because for all or single needle users, which I'm myself, you don't want your machine to be stopping every 5 seconds for unnecessary jump stitches. So here you have a, this is where it's gonna stop at the red. I'm going to draw with points. I'm gonna make this a run, and I'm going to just keep going to the top right here. I'm gonna press enter instead of, okay, that's a run stitch. Okay, it automatically did it. This looks good. It looks really, really good. All right, let me see how I'm doing with time. 28 minutes. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to start doing the T. So I'm gonna start with a cusp. The reason why I start with a cusp is because I kind of want there to be like flat. Okay, here is basically straight, so I'm gonna press Control, make that straight. Here I'm gonna make it straight to this point. Let's see, I'm gonna make it straight to about here. I'm gonna press Shift, straight, and then I'm gonna start like curving it right here. Now remember, stitch angles are important when it comes on to digitizing, because how you put those angles, woo, it's gonna either break your design. See right here, I could go a little bit in. You notice here I'm putting the angles closer together. See that? So I'm gonna go here, gonna make here, and I'm just gonna stop it right here, because guess what? I do not want it to be too long. All right, so it's gonna stop here. I'm going to adjust it as I go along. I'm going to go to my run stitch, draw with points. It stops here. I'm just gonna make a run all the way around here. I'm gonna stop it right here. The run, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because the stitches are gonna cover it up. So I'm gonna draw with my blocks. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna start with a straight point first. Oops. Maybe a cusp right here. Uh-huh. And then I'm just going to go ahead, keep doing it as I go. Remember, this is a short, you want the E to, oops, backspace. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Curves. Don't stop right here. Carry all the way up. See that? All the way up. Press enter. That looks good. I'm gonna put a split right here in the middle of the E because, guys, this is gonna be too long. This part is gonna be okay, but this part is too long, so you have to split it. All right, so we stop here. Now I'm gonna do another run stitch. Remember, single needle users. Oh Lord, have to advocate because we here trying to do this. Okay, so now I'm going to use my black tool. Start somewhere here. I'm gonna go boom, 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 bubble here. I'll start with a cusp. Always start with a cusp because oops, that's too far. So here we go. We're going all the way around. I don't like the stitch angles here, so I'm gonna go back. Kind of move them a little bit closer just to get the the A properly. I'm gonna take it up because this is a broad part of the A. Okay, that doesn't look bad. It stops here. I'm gonna make a run all the way to the top. Oops. Gonna press enter. Now what I'm gonna do the black tool again. I'm gonna just remember you can always adjust. Like right here, it's not, it's like a little bit further. You could go back and when you're done and just adjust it as you go. All right, that looks good. Remember, we're gonna put carving lines in between this. So now I'm gonna make a run. Change that from a line to a run. Remember, this one also line to a run, line to a run. Okay. All right. Now that we have this, I'm gonna do my block. I'm gonna go up closer for you to see. So I'm gonna start with the cusp. Guys, this takes practice. I'm gonna keep going.
So this is what we have. I'm telling you, this is looking really beautiful. The only thing I'm gonna do with this file is I'm going to split some of these letters into two. Why? Because I don't want, when I start stitching it, I end up with very long stitches. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ensure I'm in create mode. So I'm gonna go up to the fan, and what I'm going to do, I am going to add carving lines to this. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm just going to zoom up for you to see. So let me do it with this one first. So I'm gonna, you click on the E, and then you're going to go up here. You see this icon, you're going to click on it, and then you're just going to put the lines where you want it to go. So I'm gonna do it right here, and I'm just going to press enter. When you press enter, you're going to see that it made a carving line in between these lines right here. Okay, so that looks okay. I might just leave that one there. I'll just pull this up so you could always adjust it. Okay, so I'll leave that one there. All right, so this is the final result. I think it looks amazing. It came out pretty well. Let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna stitch this out and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right. Okay guys, this is the final result of the what we went ahead and we stitched out. It did stitch out pretty beautifully. I must say this is a wonderful stitch out and I'm happy with how it is stitched out. Let me know what you think, and if this is helpful, remember to give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. All right guys, in my next one, I'll see you soon. Bye.